Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Nameless. And T's route because, he crazy. Anyway, we haven't quite gotten there, but we're getting close to our first bad ending. Maybe in this part, I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I have no idea what we did in the last part. And I literally recorded it yesterday. But I also recorded the poll video that you guys saw a couple of weeks ago. That just tells you how far ahead I am. And I was drinking when I recorded, so that's probably why I don't remember. Okay, I just had a giant glass of wine before I recorded, but you know me, I can't remember what I did 5 minutes ago, let alone yesterday, let alone a week ago, let alone anything. I should probably have that checked. Anyway. I'm pretty sure we're in the Stolen Harp chapter. I'm not really curious about this. Who's stealing the harp, and why? What does that have to do with T? Did he steal the harp? Anyway.
Shinbi, do you have time today? I'm thinking of going to Banjul.
Again?
Hey, I want to go every day. I'm actually holding back right now. So let's go, please.
I can't. I have a shoot today.
Fine. The traitor can go to work. How about you?
Soy turned from Shinbi to me. Me? Well...
You're going to leave me too.
Seeing her squinted eyes, I can sense she'll turn sulky soon. It's hard to soothe her when she's like that. All right, I'll go. It's been long since I haven't been there. So why not? I'm sorry, am I high or drunk, or does that just not make any motherfucking sense? Okay. It's been a while since I've been there, I'm assuming, is what that's trying to say. So why not? But T said that we should keep our distance when others are around. Well, on one hand, I guess it might be okay since Soy's going with me. This is an announcement. Spacey from freshman class N, please come to the infirmary. This instant. I did have a giant glass of wine before I played this. Just literally. And like, if you sip it, that's fine, but I just chugged it because work sucks, but. Also, it's way more fun when Spacey plays games half in the bag. Wine goes to my head really fast. I could seriously do a couple shots of vodka and I'd be fine. Wine, though, forget it. I don't know. It's sad. It's really sad. Anyway.
Hey, I think they're looking for you. But the infirmary?
Well, I felt a bit embarrassed to hear my name called out in the announcement. Why does it have to be the infirmary? I don't feel good about this. Does he want me to do something again? As I stood up, looking worried, Lance and Yinho looked at me. At seeing their faces, I realized I wasn't the only one feeling anxious. Yinho looked like he was about to cry. He always looks like he's about to cry. He's like... just... always. Well, it'll be nothing. I'll be back. I said it out loud to calm Yinho down and turned around. Mr. Yujin, what now? Maybe he's being nice. He wants to check on you. I'm sorry, I realized how absurd that is as soon as I, Come in. Hi, Mr. Yujin.
Hello, sit here.
Huh? Okay. I listened to him and sat on the stool he pointed at. If I just do what he says, there won't be any trouble. That sounds creepy. Like, really? Like, if I just do what he says, there won't be any trouble. Like, I know he's weird, but Jesus, he's not, like, rapey or anything. He's just a fucking nutbag, that's all. Take that off. What? I ended up shouting. Do you want to make me deaf? Be quiet. No, you just said something weird. So loud. This is what's wrong with normal girls. Mr. Yujin grabbed my leg. What are you doing? I screamed with my leg still in his hands. Hello, you have a sprained ankle. He's probably actually checking on it. Oh my god, girl. Stay still. He said that and rolled down my socks. Mr. Yujin, what are you... I prepared myself to kick him if he tried to do anything. There's no swelling. I told him it'd be fine, but he came down every recess and nagged me. Mr. Yujin? Is there any discomfort when you move your ankle? What? Just answer my question. Do you have a hard time moving up and down the stairs? What? Oh, yes, a bit. How? Oh, so it throbs a bit. Just a tiny bit. You'll feel that for about a week. Have you been massaging it as I've told you to? Yes. And fine. It's not a serious injury. But if you want it to heal fast, don't run or exercise too hard. Okay. Mr. Eugen let go of my leg. I'm assuming it was T. Was he telling me to take my socks off just before? I felt embarrassed for taking it the wrong way. I hurriedly put my sock on again. I think he was actually being the school nurse just now. Mr. Eugen, did you call me to look at my ankle? Don't look at me like that. That doesn't make sense to me too. This doesn't make sense to me either. I'll fix that. I must have looked quite surprised. Mr. Eugen looked so annoyed. I mean, why did he even bother if he was going to be this annoyed? Did you just change your mind? Why are you suddenly so... I mean, you really seem like a real nurse today. You mean I didn't before? Well, I don't care what you think. I was just as surprised. If it weren't for them, I would have been spending quality time with Beatrice. Anyways, such annoying boys. Boys? Mr. Eugen frowned and grumbled. Yes, the delinquent music teacher and 2 of his stupid students. 2? A delinquent music teacher must mean Yuri. But who are the 2 stupid students? Yeah, the hyper sophomore with red hair and the other sneaky one with brown hair. Sneaky one! Mr. Eugen's like, the sneaky one. See? Even Mr. fucking Eugen knows T is fucking a creeper! He's like that shady bastard. And I mean, Mr. Eugen is like a creepy motherfucker, so if he thinks T is shady, T is motherfucking shady is all I'm saying. You mean Red and T? I think their names were something like that. I was completely dumbfounded. I was already surprised to hear Mr. Eugen mention Yuri, but T and Red too? What happened? Why were they in the infirmary? Why are there so many stupid people asking me stupid questions today? Why do you mean why? Because of you. Mr. Eugen held up his finger and pointed at me. He still looked very, very annoyed. I know I'm not doing his voice right, but I just can't fucking remember. They came to make me look at your ankle. What? You're not saying you didn't know, are you? Mr. Eugen scoffed. You mean 3 people begged you to look at my ankle? Yeah, and they even took turns and came separately. Really annoyed the hell out of me. First it was that music teacher. I threw him out because he started rattling My Honey, Beautiful Doe and whatnot. But then the redhead barged in and he started shaking. Yelled that he'll never forgive me in the name of justice if I don't treat you properly. And ran off. Treat her in the name of justice! Oh god, oh Red. If I catch him next time, I'll make sure to dissect him. Red. Anyways, I was thinking the infirmary was too bothered today when that brunette came in last. Yes, he was the most stubborn. Mr. Eugen must have been very startled. He rattled on, unlike his usual self. What did T say? Never mind. You don't need to know. Tell me, I'm involved in this. Please, please. I held onto Mr. Eugen's clothes and asked. According to my observations, Mr. Eugen hates when people do this. So he'll tell me if I keep holding onto his clothes. Sure enough, Mr. Eugen cringed and started talking. Let go! I hate it when girls cling on to me. It's annoying. Then tell me. I won't annoy you then, or else I'm going to cling on to you like this. Beatrice is watching. Let go. Tell me! I should have mentioned it in the first place. I shouldn't have mentioned it in the first place. Alright, fine, so let go, I'll tell you. I let go of the ends of his clothes. Mission accomplished. She's such an asshole, I love it. Mr. Eugen dusted off the sleeve I held onto. You and them. Everyone here to annoy me today. He gave up glaring at me and started talking. Well, he never said it's a secret, so I guess I can tell you. The brunette offered me a deal. A deal? Yes. He told me he, with his perfect bones, would become a specimen for my next experiment if I keep checking on your ankle. I said yes, since I need a sample from a healthy male anyway. But he tricked me. Only losses for me. If I knew it was going to be this annoying, I would have said no right away. I regret it. What? T said himself he'd be your next sample? Did you even listen to what I just said? He tricked me. There won't be any experiment with that brunette. you mean trick? How can he trick you with his bones? You really are clueless about that boy. What? Mr. Eugen looked at me reproachfully. I'm glad T avoided becoming a specimen, but there must be more to the story. Sadly, I don't think Mr. Eugen has any intention to reveal that part to me. Never mind. And I heard you fell because you were pushed? Idiot. So did you find the person who pushed you? No. I knew being a fool was useless. Mr. Eugen obviously thinks I'm pathetic. And then he held up his long finger and wagged it. In this life, there are only two ways of living. Being superior and inferior, or give and take. It doesn't matter whether your hideous leg bone breaks or not, but if you have been attacked, you have to know how to counterattack. What do you mean attack? Hello? What do you mean hideous leg bone? Rude? I just fell because there were too many people. That transfer student didn't seem to think so. What? Recess must be over. Hurry and leave. I have to spend time with Beatrice now. What? I'm not done talking. Be quiet. I have nothing more to say. Leave now. Mr. Eugen! Mr. Eugen pushed me out the door and I was banished to the hallway just like that. He's a crazy motherfucker, but I kind of love him because he's a crazy motherfucker. I struggled and tried to open the door again, but it never did. I feel complicated and iffy. I feel complicated. Confused. There were still things I wanted to ask. But since the bell rang, I have to go, so I'm not late for class. I barely lifted my heavy feet and headed to the classroom. Anyways, I didn't know Yuri, Red, and T worried about me that much. I imagined the three of them taking turns annoying Mr. Eugen. I couldn't help but laugh at that thought. And besides, T even said he'd give his body. I was very surprised. He told me we should keep our distance at the academy. I pouted, but I couldn't help my eyes from smiling. I should definitely thank him later. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But she's not going to thank him that way because, Beelhawk! I'm sorry. I have been drinking. Playing these games after drinking is so much more fun because I'm crazier.
Hi, Zion. We're here.
Zion? We didn't see Zion, who always greeted us. I glanced around to look for him, but I didn't see him anywhere. Did something happen? We were standing still at the entrance like that when someone else walked towards us from the counter. Oh, you guys are here. Huh? Ahem. Soy, not me.
Huh? Oh, T. Hello.
I was waiting for Zion since I naturally thought he'd come, but T came out. Soy was stiff like a stick. Her cheerful voice broke up because she was so nervous. Her cheeks turned pink in an instant, and she didn't keep her eyes away from him for a second. This never fails to amaze me. Usually she's so wild like a fierce hunter. But whenever she's around T, she always becomes this shy girl. Amazing. Since Soy stood frozen at the spot, I had to be the one to ask about Zion. Hey, T, but are you by yourself today? At my question, T looked like he just remembered something. Oh, are you guys standing there because Zion isn't here? He's over there. T pointed to a dark corner beside the counter. At that corner, Zion was crouched down with his knees gathered together. It was covered in the shadow, so we didn't notice it before. When Soy saw that, she came back to her senses and approached him.
Oh my god. Zion, what are you doing there? Are you sick?
Oh, hello. You came. Zion said hi with a weak voice. I could tell something was going on with him.
What's wrong, Zion? Did something happen to him?
Zion looked like he was witnessing the world come to an end. The harp is stolen. Even though it's right there, but we'll just pretend we can't see it behind Soy. What happened in the last couple of days? Soy and I looked at T, confused. Oh, that. T looked uncomfortable, but soon explained. And a few moments later...
What? The harp's missing?
Shh, your voice is too loud. T put his finger on his mouth and whispered. At that, Soy got excited again and started huffing and puffing. Then, aren't you in big trouble? How about Mr. Hoban? What did he say? Mr. Hoban's on a business trip right now. He found some excellent tea leaves and went to get them. He'll be back tomorrow. T glanced at the empty counter. Zion was still crouched down, looking like he's about to cry. Oh, then it's more serious since he's not here. Didn't he say his grandfather passed it down to him? Yeah, that's why we're in more trouble. And we have no idea what happened. The harp isn't something anyone can just carry and sneak out. It would have been someone who knows Banjul and the harp really well. T, did you steal the harp? You shady son of a fucking bitch.
Then isn't Zion the only one?
That's right. Zion even has the key. So things look really bad right now. T, did you steal the key from Zion, steal the harp to make him look bad? Why are you a shady motherfucker? You know, it's really sad that I just automatically assume that T stole it. And, like, when it's someone else, I'm going to be like, I still am justified in thinking T stole it. That's all I'm saying. Zion might have to take responsibility for the harp if we can't find out who took it. T looked troubled and frowned. Zion, who was trembling in the corner, turned pale at hearing our conversation. I felt so bad for him. That's unfair. He must be the saddest one to have the harp stolen. How can he be responsible for that? Yeah, I think so too, but the situation is complicated, since the harp isn't cheap. As I stood up for Zion, T agreed, but I didn't feel better at all. To be honest, I don't know that much about Zion and Banjul. I don't really remember how the harp looks like, what the harp looks like, and I've never seen Zion play it. But the reason I'm so worried is because T works here. When T told me he'd be working here, I couldn't help but worry. Why would you worry about him working here? Okay. But when I actually saw Banjul and the people working here, I stopped worrying. I felt happy to know that T was working at such a good place with good people. So Banjul became important to me too. But something bad's happened now. Soy looked worried.
Isn't there any way? Maybe we can borrow a harp before Mr. Hoban comes and switch for a while.
A harp's not that easy to find. Besides, that harp is antique, so it'll be difficult to find the same model. And to find it until tomorrow would be impossible. Before tomorrow would be impossible. Every time T crossed out possible options, we grew more and more disheartened. So I clutched her head.
Ugh, this is such a disaster. I can't just stay here. Wait a moment. I'll go see if there's anyone who knows how to get a harp.
Soy looked at poor Zion one more time and left the cafe with her phone. I whispered to T after Soy left. Will Zion be okay? I don't know. What should I say? Should have been more careful. It's sad to lose something precious. Hold on, I don't even remember. It's so sad to lose something precious. He cherished that harp so much. He must be so sad right now. I hope we find it soon. I remembered how Zion smiled like the happiest person on earth when he talked about the harp. He said he started working here because of it. As I felt bad for Zion, T stared at me. Huh? You seem to be sure that Zion didn't take it. Of course, he'd never have stolen it. How can you be so sure? 'Cause you did, you shady bitch. Look at his face. That face he's making right now. That face? T looked confused. Yeah, that face. I've seen it before. When? At Grandpa's funeral. T looked like he wanted to hear more. That was how I looked when I saw myself in the mirror. I said it, but it still made me sad. T was lost for words for a moment. Yes, that day, I looked like Zion. He looked flustered, devastated, and lost. As if he lost something he thought would be by his side forever. I've been there before, so I can't possibly suspect Zion. This is really sad. I should not have had something to drink before reading this because I'm gonna cry. It's just, she's talking about it. It makes you think of that feeling and having that look on your face because every one of us has had that before, that feeling in one way or another. And then she's talking about her grandfather, and it's just, damn. All right, I'm not gonna think sad things because it's making me think sad things. And anyway, of course, the situation's a bit different, but I think he's that devastated. He looks so sad. He would never have taken it. Okay, I get it. T is listening silently to what I said and nodded. He even gave me a smile. Yeah, I hope we find it soon. I kept worrying about Zion. I tried to think about what I could do, but nothing came to mind. I don't know, I'm just gonna guess that maybe if you look to your left... Oh my god, I found the harp, guys! Woo! I know, it's just the background, and they're not gonna erase the harp out of the background to, go with the story, because that would be a lot of work. But I'm just saying, I see the harp in the background, dude. It's right there. I don't understand why they're so upset. These people are dumb. They can't look. They look like boys. Oh my god, the harp is missing! Wait, isn't that it right there? Oh my god, we looked everywhere but that, like somebody moved it like a quarter inch to the left and they couldn't figure out where it was. You know? It's like how boys look when you're like, it's in the cabinet. Where? I don't see it. Did you move that box right there? There it is. Oh! You have to move things sometimes. It's not hard. I tried to think about what I could do, but nothing came to mind. I think it's not because you went through something similar that you don't suspect Zion. What? T gave me a kind smile. I think it's because you have a good, innocent heart and you can trust people. And we're going to trust you, and you're going to get, like, cagey or stabby or something. I don't trust you, T. She might trust you. I don't. Oh, my face turned red at the sudden compliment. I did feel embarrassed, but Zion still bothered me. But regardless, T continued on. Spacey, you're a good person. Stay that way. No. No, I'm not. I know there are people who can cheer up to see you like that. He was so serious, I ended up nodding. But even though T smiled pleasingly, I couldn't understand why he was suddenly saying that to me. I just kept worrying about Zion and the harp. I was startled at the sound of the door opening and hurriedly backed away from T. Sure enough, it was Soy who came in. I could see from her frowning face things didn't go so well.
Of course there's no one around with a harp.
We all sighed at what she said. Big shock. How many people do you know have a harp? I mean, if you were like, how many people do you know have a guitar? You might know someone with a guitar, or a drum set, or like normal, or flute, or a trumpet, or like a cello, something. How many people do you know with a harp? Dead silent. Nobody? Nobody? Because it's not a normal... It's not like, you know, I'm in band and I play the harp. Who the fuck plays the harp? I feel like I want to learn how to play the harp now. Because I just feel like that's just skill that, like, most people... You play the what now? Like, you're like, I play the cello. People would be like, oh yeah, there's lots of people. But the harp, I mean, I just feel like that's like a dime a dozen. No, wait, that's more common than... That's not what I meant. Anyway, forget it. You know what I meant. Like... You know, you'd be like, I play guitar. Yeah, you and 5 billion other people. I play the harp. You're the only person on the planet. Like, there's like 6 people on the planet that play the harp, is all I'm saying. Anyway. I can't. That would cost so much money. Harps are apparently really lucrative, and I don't have a cafe that I could steal a harp from, so. That's where the harp went. I stole it. Where did T put the harp is what I'm wondering, though, because I just really think he stole it, and where did he put it? T, where's the harp? Like, you couldn't have hidden it in your room because Yuri would be like, what the fuck is this harp doing here? He'd have said something, is all I'm saying. I'm back. Oh, you're here. T came in pretty late today, too. I stayed awake to see him. Oh. Vomit. Normally I would find it cute, but I don't trust T, so. Yeah, where's everyone else? They're all sleeping. What happened with the harp? I asked about the harp as soon as I saw him. But he looked gloomy and shook his head. My shoulders drooped. Okay, I guess it's gone. It just completely disappeared. There aren't any signs of a break-in. I don't even know if someone actually stole it. T looked at his empty hands and said, Mr. Hoban said that the harp was passed down to him, right? I don't know how Zion will be able to handle this. I'm worried too. I couldn't help but sigh at thinking of Zion. I've only met him a couple times, but I guess I grew to like him since he was always so nice. T shrugged his shoulders. Cheer up. Otherwise, we'll think you own the harp. Others will think you own the harp. T tried to cheer me up with a light-hearted attitude. Don't worry so much. I was preparing to explain everything to Mr. Hoban anyways. Now, it's late. You should go to bed. As I stood, still looking dejected, T let out a sigh. Oopsie. Did you stay awake because you worried? You still have to take care of yourself. You look awful. Wow. So fucking romantic. I feel like T's gonna start nagging me soon. Sure enough, he continued talking like my mom. No, your mom's a bitch. T is naggy and a mama, but he's nicer than that. Zion is still a stranger to you. Don't worry about other people and go to bed. I feel bad about the harp going missing, but I'll worry more if you don't get enough rest. But I can't help myself. Don't worry too much and go to sleep. Just leave the rest to me. Okay. T finally smiled after I forced out an answer. T laid down his coat and bag on the sofa and headed to the bathroom. I watched him as he went. I guess T's the one more worried and busy right now. He knew Zion longer than I did. But I feel like I forgot that earlier for some reason and nagged him too much. I feel bad. Besides, he must be tired from working late. I went to the sofa and gathered his things. I should take these to his room. I was about to grab his jacket. Huh? This is a key. I picked up the key that fell to the ground. I held it up and saw a keychain with Banjul's logo on it. I widened my eyes. And this is the key to Banjul. I remembered Zion looking like he wanted to cry. A person who just lost something precious. I know that feeling so well. Grandpa, how would Zion feel right now? Oh! Okay, this is our first bad ending, guys, so hold on. Let's save. Boop. We've been saving here. Okay. So, we are supposed to sneak out to Banjul. That's what we're supposed to do, but for the bad ending, oh! Guys! Well, this is the only choice. Ask T to go to Banjul with me. And he's gonna he's gonna fucking hurt us. Yes, I don't feel good about going alone. Only a thief would sneak into a closed cafe. I shook my head. I should just discuss it with T. I sat on the sofa and waited for T to come out. Oh god, guys, I'm so scared. And a moment later, the bathroom door opened and T walked out. I just want to remind you, right now, a little friendly warning. I'm gonna scroll up. Ahem. This path has some particularly violent moments, so brace yourself. I'm just gonna make the anticipation that this is gonna be motherfucking violent and scary because it's a bad ending, so oh shit! Snap! We in the oh god, I'm scared. I don't trust T at all. This is not good. Anyway. I waited for a second and headed towards him. I feel fresh. Hey, T. Oh, you still didn't go to bed? T looked a bit surprised, but he soon gave me a smile and asked me what's up. You said I shouldn't care about it, but it kept bothering me. The harp? Yeah, I found it while moving your jacket. This is the key for Banjul, right? Sorry, I didn't rummage through on purpose. It just fell to the ground and I picked it up. T, won't you go to Banjul with me right now? We might find some clues if we search carefully when there aren't any customers. He's gonna kill us. He's gonna fucking kill us because he stole the harp for some fucking reason. T's face hardened subtly. After seeing his face, I rattled on about more reasons. Zion might be blamed for everything like this. That's not fair. I peered at his expression and saw that he had his mouth closed tight. He stayed quiet for a moment and opened his mouth. What if I say no? T? You would still say you want to go, right? Sorry? T laughed as if he had no choice left. Fine. All right. Let's go. Huh? Really? Yeah, I'll go with you. Thank you. While I was feeling happy, T brushed off his damp hair. But before we go, I want to get some things from my room. The cafe won't be any different if we just go without anything. Won't be any different if we go without anything. I want to prepare for sure before we go. I'll get things like flashlights and gloves. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, sure. Because that doesn't sound fucking... I'm going to get like flashlights and stuff. You have the key. You could turn on the lights. You're not breaking in. You're using the key. This is shady as fuck. I didn't have any specific plans, but T was very meticulous. I'm glad I talked with T. Are you? I can always rely on him. Oh, this is just so bad. This is setting you up. This is like climbing to the top of the mountain before you jump the fuck off. Stop climbing higher. Stop climbing higher before you jump off the cliff. Oh, can you give me back the key? Oh, yeah, here. And wait. After being handed the key, T put it straight in his pocket. And he went into the kitchen as if he just remembered something. I waited for T in the living room. Oh god, we might not make it to Banjul. He might kill us. He soon brought out a warm cup of tea. Oh, this is our dandelion cup. This is my very own special blend. Drink this while you wait. I thought it'd be good to warm up before we go outside since it's cold. Oh god, he's gonna kill us. Oh, thanks. T is caring and kind as always. Oh, we keep climbing up this cliff higher and higher, bitches. Oh, this fall's gonna hurt. He cares for every tiny thing. If I go with him, I'll surely be able to find something. Then wait there. I'll be out soon. Okay. I sat on the living room sofa and sipped the tea. You're sitting on the sofa, but isn't this where Yinho sleeps? Where the fuck is Yinho? Seriously. Where is he? After drinking the warm cup, I felt my pounding heart calm down. And I took the chance to organize my thoughts a bit. So the thief came in the cafe when there weren't any people. Huh. What's happening to me? Oh god. Tea killed us. My vision grew blurry and I couldn't think. My eyelids grew heavy and I felt like drowning. I slowly fell down and lied down on the sofa. I shouldn't sleep, but I'm so sleepy. Sorry. I didn't want to do this. But don't worry. I didn't put in anything harmful. You ruined it. I told you to leave this to me. Ignoring my advice and trying to do something that dangerous. Sleep for now. Leave everything to me and don't worry. Everything will be solved when you wake up. Oh, and this diary is important to you, right? Oh god. Everything, your memories from before you met me, must be recorded here. Oh god, he's got the glowy, creepy eyes. I didn't like it from before. Are you okay? Phew, you finally woke up. T, she's awake. You kept sleeping. Stop being lazy. Wake up. We have tons to do. It hasn't even been a month since she started working, but all she does is sleep. Don't be so mean to the only female worker here. Lady, it's fine to wake up late. Quitting the academy and having an illness you can't tell anyone about. You must have it tougher than others. I have an illness? Hey, she's not the street cat you picked up. Isn't she your friend? Yeah, so she came in here through personal connections. How is it? Are your memories coming back after working here for a month? What must it feel like to lose your memories? Well, I don't know how she feels, but as someone who watches over her, I can't keep my eyes off her for a second. So that's why you suggested she work here, right? Since you can be by her side the whole time. Yeah, I feel safe when my owner is here. Owner? It's nothing. Oh, customers! Welcome to Banjul. Hello, welcome to Banjul. Welcome to Banjul. Miss? Oh god, he ripped out all of our memories. And so
히로인을 보러 가야겠군요.
is he the one that's destroying our memories? And making us forget shit? T! What the fuck is wrong with you? What the actual fuck is wrong? That's probably... I was really scared. And that was nothing. I was like, oh, that's nothing. We just forgot everything because T's creepy and the one destroying our memories. But what scares me more is if that's not the violent route. Oh god, guys. Oh god. Okay, well, so... Oh my god. Hi, Booker. My bird's sleeping in my face again. Sneak out to Benjo. I know it's a really bad idea to sneak into the building, but they say criminals always go back to the scene of the crime. I might be able to find some clues. Oh god. Why is T ripping out our diary pages? Why is he making us forget shit? It's opened. Among the silence, I hear the loud click of the door being unlocked. I glance around for a while and hurry into the cafe. My heart pounded like when I first found the key. I was so nervous I thought he'd see through my clothes and find the key in my pocket. But thankfully, T didn't notice anything after he came out from the bathroom. And I acted calm, told him good night, and went back to my room. I laid on my bed and pretended to sleep for a moment. Before leaving the house, I made sure to check the lights turning off in his room. He would never let me go to Banjul at this hour if I tell him. I might be able to find something they missed. That thought led me to Banjul. This is so crazy. I gulped and clenched my fists. I hope I can find something. I stood at the entrance and looked around the hall. No matter how carefully I look around, I only see one entrance. And whoever took the harp came in and walked out through this door. I looked around all corners of the cafe, but as T said, there weren't any traces left. Besides, looking around wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. I didn't turn the lights on to make sure no one knew I sneaked in. I could barely see anything. Besides, the elegant antique decorations were kind of creepy to see at night. Ugh, I should have brought a jacket. Cold air surrounded me. I stood there shivering. It was at that moment I heard someone coming up the stairs. Maybe it was because it's night, but the footsteps sounded so loud, and whoever it was coming up very fast. My heart beat faster the louder the footsteps became. I quickly hid in the corner of the cafe. Who would come at this hour? Is it the thief? My heart pounded more to think that. What if it's really the thief? What if it's fucking T? At that moment, I thought of what would happen if it really is the thief. I'm here by myself. If I faced the thief 1-to-1, it would be difficult for me to catch him. If he sees me, he would never just let me go since I'm the witness. I could almost hear my own heartbeat. My clenched hands started to sweat. It's fucking T. And then I realized how dangerous it is for me right now. The footsteps didn't stop and just came closer. I crouched down to hide myself better. The footsteps finally stopped in front of the entrance. And then the door opened, cutting through the silence. It's T, because who else wouldn't have tried unlocking the door? Who would have just walked in with the key? The lights suddenly turned on. My hopes of not getting caught in the dark were completely destroyed. Caught up in fear, I couldn't say anything and just shut my eyes. I heard the footsteps stop literally right in front of me. I felt someone move. And then someone touched my shoulder. Ah! Too scared, I couldn't even open my eyes and just screamed. And I swung my fist to the person I couldn't see. Calm down, calm down. This voice. I slowly raised my head. Gulp. It was a big and familiar figure. And this voice. Huh? I finally opened my eyes and raised my head. T's face filled my sight. Oh God. Oh God, T. Here's the thing. We ask him to go with us, and he rips out our memories and makes us forget shit. We sneak out, and he doesn't stab us? Like, what the fuck is going on? So like, oh, we trust T. That's a bad thing, but we're like, no, we don't trust you. And he's like, that's actually the right thing. Guys, this is fucking bizarre. This is fucking bizarre. I heard him panting over my head. I couldn't see his face properly because he had his back to the light. But it's definitely T who was standing in front of me. But he's not really himself. Surprisingly, T was shaking a bit. What happened? I was a bit scared to see him like that. I went to rip out pages of your diary and you weren't there. I mean, I went to check on you and you weren't there. Crazy bastard. T? Thank God you're safe. T let out a deep sigh. He always smiled softly, but right now he was frowning hard. Did he worry about me that much to still shake like that? I came back to my senses to see him act so strange. I don't believe this. You're not getting my sympathy, motherfucker. You're scary. What did I just do? And then I realized I sneaked out of the house. Besides, I basically stole this key from his jacket. I had nothing to say because I knew what I did wrong. T raised his head and looked at me. Something bad could have happened to you. How could you just go out by yourself this late? I lowered my head. I had nothing to say to him. I just thought maybe I might find some clues. My voice faded away. And if I asked you, you'd rip out all my memories because you're a crazy bastard. True. We have a good laugh over this, and then we go on our merry way. I'm so fucking confused by this path. Because, like, you think trusting T would not be a bad thing, but trusting T is a bad thing. Weird. My voice faded away. T lowered his voice to see me like that. If there were any clues, we would have already found it. It's not something you can just solve by yourself. Are you mad? Besides, taking my key, is Zion that important to you? What do you mean if Zion's that important? Never mind. One thing is sure, T worried about me. I should first say sorry. Sorry. The key fell to the ground, and I couldn't help myself. I'm sorry for worrying you. As I kept on apologizing, T let out another sigh. Really, I've never seen him this unkempt. It was scary and strange. I don't care about the key, but if something happened to you here, I would have gone crazy. Would have? You mean more crazy. Because you already motherfucking crazy! T? I was surprised at what he said. Yeah, really, T, you're already fucking nuts. Did I worry him too much? and T was still shaking. I looked up and stared into his eyes, and I realized he looked like he was about to cry. Instead of being angry, he looked like he was afraid. What if someone really bad came right now instead of me? There wouldn't be anything I could do. But when I asked you to come with me, you stole all my memories. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you a nutter butter? T, I just don't get you. Oh my god, guys. I love this path because I'm so motherfucking confused. I don't want that to happen, even in my dreams. I'm sorry. What? I went closer to him, and carefully I grabbed his big hand. His cold hand was still trembling. I held onto it tightly. Sorry. I'm really sorry. T wasn't getting mad at me. He was worrying about me. His eyes didn't shake from anger. It was from fear. The fear of something bad happening to me made him tremble. So, are we supposed to insinuate that if we were like, hey, we should go look at Banjul, he's like, leave it to me. And he gets crazy, but we run off and do it ourselves, and he's like, oh my god, I was so worried. And that's like the normal coming out, like, oh my god, I was so worried something could happen to you. It makes me realize that I shouldn't rip pages out of your diary and be a crazy bitch. But like, if we trust him, he becomes a he needs mental help. We thought Yinho needed Yinho needs like therapy to help him deal with his pain. But T needs like a fucking padded jacket, like a hug me coat. He needs a straight jacket in a padded room is all I'm saying, because he's fucking nuts and I can't. It's only gonna get worse from here, guys. I felt like crying at how much he cared for me. I felt so sorry and so grateful. T calmed himself down as he saw that I was about to cry as well. He held up his hand I was holding onto, and then he held up his other hand to put on mine. His cold hands grew warm. I felt his trembling slowly disappear. So confused. My face was heated and felt hot. T said in a sad voice, if something happens to you, now, even thinking about that, I can't handle it. T, you mean so much to me. Okay, thanks. That's the weirdest thing to say. You mean so much to me. Okay, thanks. Girl, T put into words what he always felt. I quietly nodded. So don't do something like this. If you don't want to kill me from all the worry. But you're gonna rip out my fucking memories? Really? Seriously? Okay. All right. T let go of my hand, and he quietly looked at me for a while. I couldn't stare into his eyes because of the guilt, so I was avoiding his eyes when... Achoo! I sneezed. T grinned and looked at my clothes. You look cold. Sit here. T led me to a chair. He was slowly coming back to his usual self. Thankfully, he no longer looked worked up. As I sat down, T headed to the kitchen. I asked him in a hurry, where are you going? T smiled. Now he's really back to his usual self. Oh, and we're going to forgive him because he's got a pretty smile. You know what, though? I can't. I'm so confused. I think that's why I want to be, like, angry at him about how crazy he is, because it's like, but then he looks at you like this, and you're like, oh, T, you're so pretty. Wait, what are you doing, you bastard? Guys, I don't know. I finally felt relieved to see his signature smile. You didn't drink it today. What? The tea that's perfect in a moment like this. Oh. T grinned and walked to the kitchen. You didn't drink your sleepy tea. You need to drink your sleepy tea so that you sleep and I can watch you. What? T, that was crazy. No, I'm kidding. But that's exactly what I do. I mean, come on. He's always giving us sleepy tea. Girl, you should know that shit's drugged. I sat there spacing out and waited for him to come back. I heard pots and cups clattering. I'd run. Fucking run. And I quietly let out a sigh of relief, thinking of the smile he just gave me. She is dumb. I'm sorry, but I mean, there are too many, like, flags popping up, like sleepy tea, drugged, followed me stuff, and you got angry at me for leaving. And I know we're supposed to be like, oh, he's worried about me. No, I feel like we should be like, oh, he's really angry. Yeah, he's worried. Uh-huh. Just like a really crazy psycho boyfriend. Okay. Yeah. Nope. Overprotective, clingy, domineering. Nope. Out, girl. Out. Run. 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 Run, Spacey. Run, Spacey. Run. Now, I made the tea stronger than usual. My own special triple Z. Tea came with the tea. can you just use the kitchen like that? It's fine. I can just clean up later. And I'll pay for the tea, so don't worry. Drink up. You'll feel warm. Okay, thanks. I sipped the tea T gave me. But I couldn't just enjoy the scent like I always did. I think my heart is still pounding. Here, my own special triple Z, so you pass out and I have to carry you home. Are you going to carry me home or are you going to sexually assault me? Because I just feel like you're going to sexually assault me is all I'm saying. But we still didn't catch that thief. Don't worry about that now. But still, don't worry about that now. T put on a serious face again as I tried to say something. You're more important to me than the harp. What if you got hurt trying to catch that thief? Please think about me too, so don't care about the harp now, alright? I couldn't help but nod at T's firm attitude. I didn't want to worry, T. Thanks for understanding. T sat by my side. He leaned his head on my shoulder. I could hear him breathe. My heart pounded again for a different reason. To hide my embarrassment, I pretended to be calm and talked to him. I feel like we're on a date right now. He leaned his head on... Yeah, no, I think that's the other way around. Should we really go on a date next time? Don't you remember what you said? You said we should keep our distance in public. Oh, did I? T mumbled to himself. Yeah, if we go on a date, something you worry about might happen to me. I told you I don't mind, but you're bothered by it. T didn't say anything and just stroked my hair. My eyes closed at his soft touch. I was slowly growing dim when I heard his quiet voice. I just thought you might get hurt. Sorry. About what? I'm human now, but I don't think I've given you any good memories, T said with guilt. That's not true. You have no idea how happy I am these days. Of course, there were some troubles, but I always think I'm so lucky to have you guys. Okay, then I'm glad. So did she buy him U's? Because that was one of the quiz questions, right? Like she bought T and Yinho U's, and I forget the answer. I know Yinho was used, but was T? I don't remember. And that makes me curious because... Is that why he's motherfucking crazy? Because, like, Yinho was Nutter Butters because his old owner abused him. So... Did T's? Is that why he's, like, really fucking creepy? And, like, ripping out our memories? And being really devious? I mean, I'm just concerned here. T moved his hands again and touched my hair. T, how about you? What? You're now human like you said. Are you happy? T stayed silent for a while. Is it too hard to answer? I peered at him and stood up. And at that moment, T embraced me tight. His arms locked me in. I widened my eyes. I still feel like I'm dreaming. I'm so happy it scares me. If this really is a dream, I can sleep forever. Every time you say my name as soon as you wake up, and every time you start your day with breakfast I cook, every time you turn around when I call you, I feel like it's all a miracle. The words came out through his body and through his voice. I felt every single word. What should I do with you? I can't even for a second get you out of my head. T, what should I do? And she passes out. I was surprised at T's obsessive words, but at the same time I felt drowsy. His voice started to fade away, and all my senses slowly became numb, and eventually I couldn't hear his voice at all. My eyelids felt so heavy. Now, he's saying something important right now, but before I could feel bad about it, my consciousness slowly grew dim. He's the one who gave you the drug, T. What should I do? Would I be able to protect you forever? Slept well? Oh, T, good morning. What time is it? It's 9. What? My eyes suddenly opened wide at T's answer. Oh my god! The academy! Huh? This is... It's Saturday today. And we're at Banjul. You let me sleep in a fucking chair? What an asshole. Banjul? You don't remember yesterday? Oh, right. Yesterday I remember coming here in the middle of the night trying to catch the harp thief. And there was a huge fuss after that. Then I was talking with T and I must have fallen asleep. T is already in his uniform. I chased away the sleep and got up from the sofa. Not gonna click? Okay. I really must have spent the night at Banjul. Again, shady bastard. You should have woken me up. Sleeping outside, if he woke me up, I would have gone straight home. I feel like I've troubled him for nothing. Really? You don't think that's creepy? Okay, whatever. You were sleeping so well I couldn't. Don't worry, I was by your side the whole night. I feel worse now. You have to work now and I wore you out. No, it's nothing like that, so don't think about it. I dusted my wrinkled clothes. I should get going. If I see Mr. Hoban, I won't have any excuses. T looked sorry to see me go. It was at that moment. Hear me out. The quality of the tea leaves I found this time are so spectacular. Huh? What's she doing here at this hour? I was just about to leave when I bumped into Mr. Hoban in front of the door. I'd be like, oh, I had to bring T his jacket because he forgot it at home. I was just dropping off T's cell phone because he left it. He looked surprised to see me, but I was more surprised and stuttered. Oh, I asked her to get something for me. She came to give me that. Oh, really? Anyways, this is good. Since you're our first customer today, will you try out our new drink? What? I found some rare tea leaves during this trip. I'll go make the tea, so wait here, all right? Mr. Hoban smiled and stopped me from leaving. I know, I'd never do his voice the same. I couldn't decide what to do and just peered at T. Meanwhile, the door opened again. Zion's dressed normally. Oh, Zion, you're here too. Hey, come look at this. Look at what I brought. Mr. Hoban. Zion ran towards us fast and jumped into Mr. Hoban's arms. That's adorable. He was startled and just stared at Zion's head. Zion couldn't raise his head and just shouted in his arms. He sounded like he was already crying. Mr. Hoban, I'm so sorry. I was careless and whatever happens, I'll pay for the harp, so please don't kick me out. What? What are you saying? Hey, Zion, let me go. Oi, T, what's wrong with him? Mr. Hoban, actually... Now, move everyone. The harp's coming in. The door opened again. Oh my god. He had it fucking repaired or, like, polished or something. At the intimidating voice commanding us, we all moved back from the entrance. And the harp we thought was lost entered the cafe. Huh? Oh, just in time. Thank you so much. We really had it tough this time. You can't just call and ask us for repairs in the middle of the night. And you even asked us to come and get it. Ha! We finally got someone who can play it, but it was left untouched for so long, there was lots to tweak. Mr. Hoban said while scratching his head. Next time, please give us more time. Our workers had to stay up all night to fix it. Okay, I'll make sure that from now on. I really wanted to see it being played this weekend. Anyway, here's the bill. This time I charged the regular fee, but if it's again another all-nighter job next time, we'll charge more. Haha, thank you. Now, good job, guys. We'll leave now. After talking with Mr. Hoban, the man and his coworkers put down the harp and left the cafe. During the whole time, we were all at a total loss for words. Especially Zion, who looked like he just had his soul sucked out. Mr. Hoban, what in the world? Oh, that was T. Sorry. I read that like Zion, but I all sound the same. How is it? Does it look completely new? An instrument is just like a person. It's important to be touched. Mr. Hoban nodded and looked satisfied. And he beamed at Zion. Now, come here, Zion. It'll have a much prettier sound now. Why don't you try playing it later to celebrate? Mr. Hoban, what's... I know. You must be lost for words with gratitude. I understand. There can't be a nicer manager than me. Mr. Hoban laughed cheerily. Mr. Hoban, you left the harp for repairs? Yeah, why do you ask? And you gave them your spare key? Yeah. And you told them to take the harp in the middle of the night? Yeah, they disrupt business if they take it in the afternoon. Aren't I smart? What do you mean, smart? You should have told us before! I didn't know! Huh? I didn't tell you? You didn't! Zion's shrilly voice echoed through the cafe. I barely stopped myself from laughing. Still, thank God. I'm glad Zion wasn't cornered as the harp thief. And I'm glad T's workplace is peaceful. I just stared at T. Yesterday night, I fell asleep early, but I was was so thankful to T for worrying about me. Oh, T looked at me and smiled. I blushed and avoided his eyes. Oh, we got someone's diary. That looks like maybe it's Zion's. Actually, you know what though? I wasn't going to stop here, but this is actually a good place to start. Oh, wait. Let's just read this. This part like that. Good. La la la. Huh? What's this? What? This part isn't fun. She wrote a lot. She said she wrote every day to keep all the memories, right? She wrote a lot to show her parents. But you forgot the promise you made me. Oh God. Oh God, it's the doll that we have locked in the thing, isn't it? That's exactly what it is. It's the other. Oh God, guys. It's the doll who's not named that we had to name in the beginning, and then everyone talks about. Oh, you always carried that toy around and blah blah blah, and she forgot about. Oh God, it's that doll, isn't it? He's like crazy, and he's ripping out all of our memories. Guys, I'm so scared. I'm clutching my bird. He's like, what are you doing? You're smushed against my face, buddy, and I'm scared, so I'm clutching you. I'm so sorry, Neelix.
That's what we named the doll.
Oh, no, you can't. I'm sorry. That was him climbing on my microphone, trying to get away from me. He's like,
Don't touch me.
hi. I'm sorry. We named the doll Neelix because I didn't know we had to name it, and now I feel guilty. Oh, my poor booger. I'm going to wrap this part up here. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.